I swear life is a roller coaster. Speeding in and out of lanes, I can't get pulled over. I speak reality like when an addict gets sober. Knowledge infinite, so my quest is never over. Hopping in and out of Range Rovers, blowing my trees. Yes, indeed, the type of situations I need. I love the breach, but I could never get with the greed. The car into your red guts like when pussy bleed. How you expect like the growth?
Yeah.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk. Spin number Jules, you heard?
I be your host, Mason the Mic.
I'm your host, Finesse Leo.
That's a fact, guys. Welcome to episode 90.
Man, welcome back, episode 90, man. Yo, when I tell you guys, we trying to step up our game, man. We really trying to do is put in the work. We have a very special guest, man. Very, very special guest. I met this gentleman, at the Suswin event, one of the last Jewel Talk on the Streets episodes we put out. And I was very excited to meet him. That wasn't the first time I seen him. We're gonna talk about it. Definitely talk about it. That ain't the first time I seen him though. But man, I am very, very it's a pleasure to have on the show, a very special guest, man. If you may know him, if you're a music head, you may know him, and if you don't know him, you better get to know him. You know what I'm saying? So I want to welcome Rhaspy. How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, what's good? What's going on?
What's up, man? Welcome to the show.
That's a fact. Doing good, brother.
Now, when y'all guys say "yer," do y'all say it with a U or E? Because I know Brooklyn and Bronx got
we say with the U. I say with the Y-U-R.
Oh, I say with the Y-E-R.
The U's from the Bronx, the E's from Brooklyn. So,
got you.
Okay, so
got you.
Y'all both aren't brothers, really. So.
Nah, man, nah. That's my full-blown brother, man. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my head, I thought we was always doing it with the Y-U-R.
Oh, no, Miles. I thought it was Y-E-R. That's how I was doing it.
Now he got us debated off of that. That's crazy.
The pirates say "yar."
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. So, like I said, thank you for coming through, man. We appreciate your time.
Appreciate you coming down.
Definitely appreciate you coming through, man. So I want to really start it off from get your beginning, get your origin. You know what I mean? As I remember, you told me you are from the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You are from the Boogie Down. So
yes.
For us and our viewers, can you tell us, what section you from in the Bronx, and can you describe your experience growing up in the Bronx?
Yeah, I must have heard that I was from the Bronx because everything in this studio has a leash on it, so no one can steal it. But I am from Grand Concourse 183rd.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah, I lived right next to a motel that housed crackheads and crack whores, and yeah, it was crazy.
It's crazy.
If anyone wants to do their research, the building number is 2246. The only building that's ever been condemned not livable, and then 2 months later livable again. So I'm guessing that means the landlord had to fuck somebody in order for him to get that permit back up. But
facts.
Okay.
Facts. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
That's basically what I'm from. But then I was we moved out of there because it was just so crazy over there. Literally, I was 9 years old selling food stamps to exchange for money. I don't know if y'all know how to do that, but here,
that's when they had the actual booklets.
Yeah, when you had the actual stamps.
Yeah.
Now they don't have
remember that. Yeah,
facts.
Now you just got to talk to somebody. Give me 100. I'll give you 120 food stamps, and then be
I'll swipe for you. You know what I'm saying? I'll swipe for you.
The way we did it is we took the single food stamps, the dollar ones, and we went to stores and bought nickel gum, and then they have to give you 95 cents back in change.
Facts.
So that's how we was able to convert it to money. So people in the building heard about it. They're like, "Yeah, can you do this for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, 20%, sure, fine." And that's how I was making money at 9. But
hustler spirit.
Yeah. But after finding tons and tons of drug needles and crackheads in our school playground, my mom was like, "Yeah, we got to get out of here." So I grew up on 238th Street with all the Jamaicans, the odd moms. Shout out to Kingston Bakery. That's my favorite shop. I be putting everybody onto that. If you want real beef patties, go to Kingston Bakery.
Man, that's a crazy cause I ain't gonna lie, man. Church Ave, man. You go to Church Ave in Brooklyn. That's what I'm saying. That's a hard one, man. The Jamaicans.
My girl's from Brooklyn, and I had to convince her that this is a better, spot. Now she's like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, it is.
He said
Yeah, you gotta
the
get the
Bronx
curd
got the
goat.
better Jamaicans.
Yeah, bro.
It's little Jamaica. You know what you expect, man. From Gun Hill Road all the way up Mount Vernon,
Fact,
or
bro.
Vernon, or Mount Virus, whichever one y'all want to call it.
Hell yeah.
Nothing but Jamaicans there.
That's a fact. I've been to Jerome Avenue. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
Well, no, Jerome Avenue is meter land.
Meter land.
Yeah.
Yo,
yeah,
when I was
yeah.
like,
No.
when I used to work out, like, I used to work on Dyer Avenue and Boston Road right there.
See, that's little Jamaica. Okay,
That's what I'm
different.
saying. And like I just know Jerome Avenue. Like I said, I ain't from the
Jerome
Bronx.
is
Yeah, nah.
all the way.
That's, it runs mad far.
You go
that
from
shit runs mad far.
reggae
Facts.
to salsa in like 3 minutes when you cross past
Hell
that.
yeah,
So,
man. Hell yeah. So shout out to the BX, man.
Yes.
So it
Okay.
is that, so what is that so 183rd and Grand Concourse, is that considered like South Bronx, or like what is
That would be the South Bronx.
South Bronx, and then so then you move to 234th.
Which is 238, which is
238,
uptown.
sorry.
Yeah, Neary. I mean, it was 238, then it became Neary or some bullshit, whatever. But yeah, that's what so I'm born in 183rd, spent most of my horrible childhood in 183rd, and then I went over to 238. So that's basically the Bronx. I've lived everywhere, honestly, in New York City and stuff. So
Okay.
Facts.
nothing like the Bronx, though.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out to the BX, the Mecca. That is the
Man.
Mecca. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I wanted to get into, because I seen in one of your interviews that you talked about, you know, coming up, like talking about school. You know, you went to arts and design in Manhattan, correct?
Yes.
And you went with Jay Mills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, shout out
like,
to Jay Mills.
you and him are the same age? You guys came up in the same grade?
I don't know. I think I'm a little younger.
You're a little younger?
Yeah, I graduated high school at 15.
Oh, you graduated early.
Graduate high school at
Doubled up?
15.
Well, let me rephrase
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. I got kicked out of high school as a senior at 15, and then learned about computers and how to doctor up my own high school diploma. So I graduated high school at 15.
Okay.
Yo, he's really been finessing, man.
Yeah, that's
a fact.
wild. That's
wild right there.
Yeah, I can't touch a computer now though, but we're not going to talk about that. But
Got
anyway,
got you.
yeah.
So like did that I also know that's where you like develop your one of your, I guess your first moniker. I believe you came up with Schizo. It was by you know, in school, you know what I mean, you was known for like, you know, being like hilarious and making funny movie voices like you was doing for us earlier.
yeah.
Like the whole narration and
So
characters.
usually because I was going to school for art and in animation, which I'm still going to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But every time I drew a character, I had a voice for the character. So it was just like, you know, you want some schizo. I don't know if you can curse on here.
No, you
No,
curse,
you can
bro.
curse.
You
Go
want some
ahead.
schizo shit, motherfucker. Fucking shit. Fuck. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it went from there. But the thing about it is, music wise, I didn't know to use that name until we'll get into it if you're trying to do it chronologically, because a certain artist who had the same name as me told me, why the fuck are you using this name if it doesn't make sense? So I was just like, all right, cool.
So you had to like kind of switch it up.
I mean, I made sense because all right, so after high school, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Because now I'm kicked out. Whatever you know, degree, not even degree, whatever scholarship that I had is gone because I got kicked out. So what am I gonna do? So I met this guy named Umar who worked at Def Jam as street team, and he just put me on. And then they were just like, yo,
What year is this?
this was 2000.
01? It was 01?
This was 99.
It's 99? Okay.
Yeah, this was 99. So, what happened is he was just like, yo, well, you got to call yourself something. You can't just call your regular name. And I was just like, you're right. So, how about, you know, I'd be doing crazy things, you know, ridiculous. How about ludicrous? So, that was my name.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I do remember
So-
you bringing that up in the interview. Facts.
So-
Hell yeah.
So, what happened
That's
is...
crazy. He might have been like, this is like kind of right before he broke out with his first album.
I had to promote his album.
Oh, you had to.
Yeah,
so
they
you saw the beginning.
they
What?
literally put me on. He was like, yo, this is going to be hilarious. I want you to go do this with Rob Love. Rob Love was like, I want you to go promote this and be on with these people. And I was just like, who the fuck is this guy named Ludacris? What the fuck? So I made sure of it, and that's when I met like Big Shaka and Shaka and Big Chef. Sorry about that. And then when we was at Hammerstein Ballroom, I'll never forget this shit.
Yeah.
This is when I used to drink. And me and this dude Ludacris was just drinking together, and we're in the back, and he just like, yo, like, what's your name? And I said, my name is Ludacris. He said, no, my name is Ludacris, motherfucker. And I was just like, well, like, what you mean? Like, what, can't be two? He said, no, it can't be two. He's like, what's your real name? And I told him my real name. He said, well, my name is Chris Bridges. Okay? Luda Chris. Where's your name with the Chris? Okay? It don't make sense. He's like, so what else do people call you? I was like, well, in school they call me Schizo. He's like, keep that name then.
Okay, that's when
Make it Schizo. So I just stuck to Schizo.
Stuck with it.
Yeah.
Hey, man. My son said it can only be one, man. It can only be one.
Yeah. So,
that's a fact.
No, but shout out to them, because I honestly, like, they invited me to come to Atlanta and be out there and be with Disturbing the Peace. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah, I always think in my mind, like, shit, like, imagine if I would have went down there and did that. Like, where I could have been at and stuff like that. But
that's a fact, man. Fucking with Titty Boy and all that shit. That's a fact.
Titty Boy, no, that's the thing about it. That, what's crazy is I was still always cool with Titty Boy. And I still call him Titty Boy to this day every time I see him.
If y'all don't know, that's 2 Chainz. If y'all don't know,
so, Titty Boys and Dollar. Shout out to both of them. Dollar is actually my dude,
I'll
too.
play a circle. Facts. Hell yeah, bro.
So, and a Little Fate Wilson,
Hell yeah, Lil Fate.
which I found out is his cousin. When they had Luda Day weekend, I went out there all the time. I loved Luda Day weekend. They don't do that no more, which is sad. But yeah, it was fun when you went to the White House mansion party. It was just like, it was crazy. You just got all these women, bikinis, twerking. Like Uncle Luke was about to pop out. That type of vibe.
ATL, man.
Yeah.
ATL, that's a fact. So, you know, getting back, you know what I mean, just getting back into like, you know, talking about where you're from and everything in the Bronx. I just wanted a little side question about the Bronx. Like, so I want to know, how do you feel about the direction that's coming out of the Bronx, specifically Bronx drill?
Right.
How do you feel about it?
It's just gangster rap, but with a new name. I don't know.
Hyper
I don't know. I don't think it's
it's
gangster
hyper.
rap.
Yeah, it is gangster rap.
Gangster. But when I say,
tell
think
me
about
one song that doesn't talk about guns.
No. When I say that is like, it's more just about like just straight murder, and like I've seen a them just making dance video for just killing each other.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I mean. It's like, that's the new age gangster rap. I mean, it's cool that y'all want to come out with your own quote unquote sound, but it's not really your own sound. It's just more rugged than what you really hear when it comes to drill. You know.
Yeah.
And as a producer as well, like, I kind of try to not get into drill. Like, you know, there's people that ask me, yo, let me get a drill beat, and like, unless you pay me an astounding amount of money, like, you know, and I have to say astounding because I like absolute outstanding. It's a mixture of a word together, because it has to be, because you're not gonna go platinum. You're not gonna.
It's no longevity.
It's not gonna play 2-3 years from now.
It's a trend. It's
gonna be 3-6 months.
It's gonna be dead out soon.
And I don't really want that. Like, all the artists and producers that be doing drill, they be like, yeah, well, I got this many views on YouTube. I'm like, yeah, where's your plaque? Like, y'all got YouTube plays is cool, but where's the sales and the real spins? Y'all was on the radio, y'all on top Billboard, like, any of that. That's what's really important. That longevity. Am I gonna hear your song 5 years from now? Is motherfuckers gonna get sturdy 5 years from now? That's what I really want to say. Like, is y'all gonna be doing that? No.
He had the
Yeah, I'm just like
that's
this.
That's a fact.
Like, I would love to see y'all old men at the fucking concert getting sturdy.
Bro.
Like, I would love to see that. It's not gonna happen.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm getting tired of the drill music. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm getting tired of it.
And that's crazy that you kind of hit something that I was about to ask you a follow up. You know, why do you think that drill music has such a heavy influence on NYC?
Right.
Why are we adopting that sound?
Because we want to find our own sound, and so far, like, everyone's doing it, and it's like, oh, this is something new, but it's not, because we got it from London. And then we
took that Chicago shit with the London.
Exactly. Like right now, New York City is kind of losing when it comes to originality.
Yes, thank you. And I've been saying that.
Yeah, right now, New Orleans is winning. Like right now, the South is winning. Like in that area, like Chicago, like Atlanta it had its time, but like now it's just y'all doing this drill shit, and now y'all doing Jersey.
Yeah, I was about to say even Jersey club music. They taking over like we trying to jack Jersey shit.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, and then it's not y'all sound like, because then New York dudes are like, we're not like Jersey, but y'all want to take the. Y'all want to take that shit. As soon as this dude, did his numbers on it, Lil Uzi Vert, now everyone's like, oh, this is cool now, and you want to do that.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that Drake and Beyonce were onto something with the club stuff, because in a few months or years, it's gonna get into that vibe.
Yeah.
If you listen to the speed, but because music is like a carousel, it rotates and repeats, but just in different forms. Like carousels, remember, a carousel does the same movement, but they only just change the looks of the pieces that you sit on.
Mm-hmm.
So this year it could be horses, next year it could be camels, and the year after that it can be donkeys. It's still doing the same fucking
That's a good
movement.
analogy.
Yeah, so that's just basically what it is. So if y'all want to be different, then just look at the void that needs to be filled and take that.
I've been saying that for the longest, bro, and that's what I feel. I've been telling, because I'm like, yo, New York, we need to get our identity back.
That's why
we need to get our identity back.
What's his name? Contra. Is that the name of that group? Contra. But you know what I'm talking about? The guy. There's the group of 4 dudes. It's called Contra something. Hold on, I'm gonna get.
They underground right now.
Well, not really.
Oh, really?
They're doing really good.
Doing really good. Got you. I never heard of them.
I never heard of them.
Huh? Coast Contra. There we go.
Coast Contra.
Yo, please, when y'all get a chance, listen.
Got you.
It's they're bringing back that group rap.
Like on some lock shit.
Not even locks. We're talking about back 80s, 90s type shit. Like if Wu-Tang was in their young 20s again.
Got you.
But it's just, they're bringing that back, and they're just bringing that energy. And that's what's missing, because now everyone thinks they could fucking sing auto-tune, and they can't, because when you get the live mic, y'all sound like happy birthday singers.
Yeah.
Y'all want to go ahead and do, the drill stuff, and get sturdy and all the stuff, but y'all not bringing that energy and that message and the energy. There's no more punchlines anymore. A punchline is not, I'm going to hit your top, I'm going to make it pop. That's not a punchline. I want to hear some clever shit. Earlier, while driving over here, I listened to Pusha T's. First, I listened to Metro Boomin, right? Because I that's what I like to do. I like to just freshly just hear albums and see what's going on. I listen to Metro Boomin's thing, and it's just the beats is cool on here. It's cool. And I fuck with 21 Savage. But I can't really listen to this because I'm trying to listen, and it's just I really don't hear the punchline. Then I hear Pusha T, and I'm just oh god,
make that face, that stink face,
that stink. I just walked in this shit, that face. And that's what's needed. That excitement, that movement of power. Don't let us producers make the artist. Make it be a balance.
Bro, yo, I've been saying that for the longest. I'm these drill rappers and a lot of the producers, a lot of artists in New York, they're carried by the producer. If it wasn't for the producer, they wouldn't be shit.
Yeah.
That's wholeheartedly
I
the
guarantee
That's a lot of artists out right now.
Because you gotta look like this. If Ice Spice looked like Young Ma, she wouldn't sell.
Hell no. Hell no.
Let me rephrase that. If Ice Spice rapped like Ice Spice and looked like Young Ma, she would not sell, because the beats are her looks and her beats
are what's carrying the career.
Saving her. Hell yeah.
And that's the thing about it. It's just finding that voice and that excitement in music now is just, that's the thing that needs to be done. And I'm trying to do the best that I can. Not even trying. I am doing what I can to bring that part of New York out into this hip hop.
Hell yeah.
And as a producer, I'm looking for artists that are looking to do that as well, and it's just not that easy. So it's just.
So do you think it's just a lack of talent, or just?
Well, this year I'm gonna do something. I've been talking to Sway about it. I'm gonna do kind of like American Ninja, but the music version of where we're gonna literally find like good talent, like artist and producer, where we can mend together and like really save this. Because I was watching something last week, and it was saying about how hip hop is dying, like really dying, not Nas dying, but really dying.
He said when Nas said it back in 04, 05, hip hop was dead.
Everything's being split into different genres, and it's cool though, because it's like lets people know, like, all right, this is what I'm picking, this is what I'm picking. But nowadays, with the world of technology, you can like, you can record your own stuff in the crib and you put it out, but then there's so much material coming out. There's no longevities anymore.
The attention span is short. So like you said, like people can't digest music. Don't digest music.
You used to get that feeling of when you
everything
a powerful song and First off, the lyrics used to just have you moving.
You used to listen to an album for a straight year.
Straight year.
You remember you listened to an album for a straight year?
On repeat, back to back to back to back to back, and it hits different each time. It hits different.
See, that's the thing about it. But now, like, these artists, they just gotta like start dropping like every 3 or 4 months, which is crazy because it's just like, will people remember you and stuff like that. That's why, like, with albums, when I do it, I like to drop twice a year, and one would be like, here's an appetizer, and the other one is just like a huge entree. And then when it comes to visuals, I'll like work on it diligently, because I don't like doing visuals that look like what everyone else does. I want to do some unique, different shit that just makes you say, oh my god, like, what the fuck, where can I find this? Because like I'm looking at my thing and I see like my spins, but I get more Shazams than I get spins, and I love that, because that means that people are using that device to find out who the hell I am.
Facts.
And that's good. I want that. I want the new discoveries. I don't want, I like the fans that I have now, but I want new discoveries.
Hell
like, wow, like, what is this? Like, I put my phone up and listen. So, you just gotta really, bring kind of quality, not quantity, if you want to be a great artist. But then you also have to keep up with the times of everyone being so fast food music. I make oven music. I don't make fast food. I don't make microwave.
Nah, that's a fact.
So that's just basically what it is.
I feel that.
I like how you said that. This brings us to, like, we wanted to talk about like your music journey, right? So we know that you play many instruments. For example, like the piano, drums, the bass guitar, and the trumpet.
Yeah.
What created the start of your musical talent?
My pops was a huge musician. He played a lot of instruments, and I guess being around that, I kind of picked it up subconsciously, but not knowing, because like I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to draw and do all this stuff, but I know my pops used to just have music all around and things. And it's funny because I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and now she's looking to be an animator. So I was like, oh, look, it's me. But I don't know. It came to a point where I was like working on a computer, and my brother took over the computer so he could masturbate to it and be on AIM talking to girls. And then all the projects that I had animation on that computer was erased because he needed more space to download more porn. So I was just like, all right, cool. This is what you want to do. Fine. I'm gonna take your piano, and I'm gonna learn the piano, and I'm gonna be better than you in the piano, et cetera, et cetera. And back then there used to be a chat line called the Brooklyn Raven, and you'd be on it and stuff, and everybody would challenge me like, yo, learn how to play this, learn how to play this. So
all on the piano.
Yeah, so I would teach myself, and then it just came from there. I started hearing music in my head, and that's when I started creating my own.
So you said the piano was the first. That was the first one?
Yeah, that was the first
one, and then drums.
Actually, no, rewind. The first one was a saxophone.
Wow. Okay, saxophone. That's what's up, man. Jazz.
Yeah,
jazz.
I wanted to. Ladies love the sax. So I was like,
hell yeah, that shit is smooth.
But that shit fucking kills your whole cheeks and all that. So I was like, okay. So then I started learning the trumpet. So I know how to do the trumpet. I'm a little rusty in the trumpet. That's why I say that last. But you give me like about a week, I'll get back into it. But yeah, the piano was my favorite one.
Got you.
So, and then the guitar came, drums and all that, and everything.
Bro,
just fell into it.
The bass guitar, I always wanted to learn how to play that because
that's the easiest thing to
really,
learn.
bro. I had you
don't have to do chords. It's just about slides. It's just knowing about where the placement is. and you know it's all about the vibrato, the vibration of the bass that you want to go with it, and just switching. It's more about speed when it comes to a bass guitar versus a guitar where it's about speed and chords and finger progressions and stuff. So
Wow.
So how long did it take you to learn like each of the instruments?
that long. Once you learn how to, music is like a language. It's a universal one. So once you learn it, it's over. That's it. You just got to learn exactly what each instrument, how they speak, and that's it. So once I learned the piano, I learned scales, and then to have perfect pitch and hear stuff in my head, and I know like what sounds of what note. It's the same thing. Once I picked up an instrument, I was just like, oh, okay, cool.
You read and write music still?
No, I don't read. I don't know how to read or write music.
Wow.
I
Okay.
play by ear.
Okay.
Got you. Okay.
I was
got
just about
you.
to ask you that because it's like when
That's a
we
fact.
used to play instruments
Yo,
back then
growing
too.
up,
We used
yo,
to play.
I was
played
trombone, and then they was playing
I was
trombone
playing
too, but
trombone.
switched to French horn.
Yeah, so I was
Shit like
playing.
that.
I learned how to play the trombone first, and
But
then
you
played
played
French
by
horn.
reading, right?
Yeah, I played by reading.
You know the regular
So,
way in school.
so
facts.
imagine like just knowing the note transition in your head, and then you just know that the valve that you press is that note. So that's just the same thing. So I don't have to read the note.
You
to
go
know.
by sound.
Yeah,
Sound
exactly.
like this note, this valve sounds like
so
this.
if you have, let me see, I'm guessing the trombone is still the 3-finger.
No, trombone is slide.
Trombone's, yeah, slide.
Okay,
Yeah.
who you play the tuba?
The French
French
horn.
horn. French horn is the
horn
three
is three
finger.
finger. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Facts, right.
So you already know that there's certain valves that has C keys and
Yes.
like
Yeah.
it's like I think it's C.
I don't remember the notes.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
But I just remember when I had to do
ideas.
like higher pitched notes or low pitched notes, and I have to press
so
two valves.
depending on the strength of breath that you have, and each note valve is where you change it at. So it's just that's what you have to do. Once you learn that, and then you just learn, okay, this is what gets this note, this is what gets this note, and then it just falls into play. Yours is different. It's kind of the same thing, except yours just has to go in a scale. So you just got to learn the dynamics of the instrument, and then everything falls in. The best thing to do is if you're trying to learn the instrument is just to learn the notes. If you learn what the notes sound like, and you get that in your head, and you develop perfect pitch, everything else falls into play.
Got you.
Wow. So, what did you and you said what? Can you just tell me again? What age did you first start playing with the piano? Because you said that was your first. What age was that again?
12, 13.
12.
13,
Okay,
yeah,
so this
13.
is super duper early.
Yeah.
And you just picked it up and just like fell in love.
Yeah, it wasn't about falling in love. I was just doing it out of spite. I was like, fuck my
'Cause,
brother.
Yeah, right.
Because he took the computer.
Yeah,
Facts.
to watch porn and jerk off.
So yo, man, I love that story is crazy. That's a fact. So I want to talk into getting more into your musical journey. So boom.
What's the age between you guys?
Oh,
We're triplets.
Triplets. Where the fuck's the third one?
He's supposed to come,
He was supposed to
but he had a little family emergency with his daughter and everything, so he
Yeah.
wasn't able to make it.
Oh, okay. He's here by spirit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to Louis Farm, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to
facts.
Big Louis. You know what I'm saying? Always here, man. Always with us, man. Shout out to my heart, man. Facts. So, you know what I mean? Like, I want to get more into your journey more in depth. So, all right, boom. So, you started playing instruments, you know what I mean? You at 12, 13, and you got sharp and you kept getting sharper and sharper. So, like, I'm gonna jump and then come back a little bit. You know what I mean? So, I want to ask you, like, when I met you at the Suswan event, you told me that your first big record was "Get 'Em Girls" by Cameron. So, and that was like the first beat you ever sold. So, how did you initially start making beats? You know what I mean?
So before I was making beats, I was doing battle rapping. And I used to do like the double XL Blaze battles, and then they used to have a thing called Battle Wetlands.
I didn't even know Double XL did that type of thing.
Yeah,
that's
back in the
crazy.
days. And then they used to have Wetlands battles. I'm literally like 14, 15 going into these battle things.
Facts,
and doing this
youngin.
And
This is
then
all around. You said like 99, 01, 02, like around those.
probably
years?
Yeah, probably around that time, like 90, 98, 99. I was always into music, no matter what. Even though I was still doing the drawing thing, I was always into music.
Facts.
But when I was on Street Team, and I met Rob was like, yo, like,
Rob Love?
Yeah, Rob Love. And he was just like, yo, I got this guy, Joe Buttons, I'm signing to Spit Records. And I was like, oh, maybe I can play you some beats. And because I was always fooling around with music. And I remember I put all my beats on a tape deck. I put it on a tape and I played it in the tape. And I had to fast forward to get to another beat. Fast forward to get to another beat. And he was just like...
Oh, the actual cassette tape?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
crazy.
So,
Yeah.
It wasn't even on the CD or the floppy disk?
I couldn't afford a CD.
Oh, okay, got you.
So I had to literally record tape to tape. And those,
on some DJ shit.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
some
crazy.
DJ shit.
Yeah, it
Facts.
was crazy. But he would hear it. He would be like, I can hear the potential you got, man. I can hear it. And, you know, because I had, like, literally, I had a Yamaha piano. It was something where you could like record and you could make beats and no quantized, nothing. It was so fucking raw, but people were able to hear, you know, the potential that I had when it came to beats. So it was I don't know, it was all trial and error because I just had to develop more and develop more and develop more. My mom bought me an MPC because she saw that I was into it.
Okay.
I was just about to get that.
Yeah, that's
get into
crazy.
that. Like,
Yeah.
see, you're perfect. Like, I want to ask you, what is the equipment you used when you first started? Facts.
Yeah, so
For my nerds out there, all my nerds that want to know
my mom
this.
was seeing that I was struggling because before then I was dealing with this guy named Mike Thomas who was a sleaze bag. Sleaze dirtbag. Yeah, if you hear me, Mike, you are a sleaze dirtbag.
He said, "Fuck you, buddy."
But it takes guys like you to harden people like me. So thank you for being a sleaze dirtbag.
He built character within you.
Yeah,
for that one.
because he signed me to a deal that was like a lock-in deal, where I would have been signed to him now to this day.
Oh man, yo, he tried to take everything.
The
bro.
only part that went well, which, by the way, all you artists, there's a thing called Volunteer Lawyer of the Arts. Please, if you cannot afford a lawyer, go there because they will help you. Because the lawyer that they gave me, which is named Phil Thompson, shout out to you.
Shout out to Phil Thompson.
See, this is names I'll never forget.
Facts.
He was like, "How old were you when you signed this contract?" I said, 14. He's like, "Hold on," and he wrote this thing down. Said, "Give this to this guy," and I gave it to Mike, and Mike was like, "Fuck you," because I signed a contract when I was underage.
Yeah, you're a child.
You're a child.
Facts.
So that's what got me out of the contract. And I remember, because before, when I signed the contract, he gave me all this equipment. And I'm like, oh my God, I got all this equipment. And then when I got out of the contract, he came back and took all the equipment.
Wow.
But I like hid two things. I hid this, there's a small Korg sampler thing that, not even a sampler, it looked like a car radio.
Facts.
And it just had Korg sounds in it. And then it was this module that Timbaland used. It was called a Proteus. I'll never forget that. A lot of the songs that Timbaland made was off the Proteus, and he used just the sample bank and sampled that and made the beats out of it, like Nas songs with Aaliyah, off the Proteus. So if anybody wants to mimic that vintage Timbaland sound, get the Proteus 2000. That's the thing that he used. And that's the person that made me want to make beats, by the way, which was Timbaland.
Timbaland, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So my mom bought me an MPC because she felt bad, but back then it was $1,500. So she was like, "Oh my God, but I'm gonna get it anyway." So she
Damn,
got
Shout out to Mama Duke. Shout out to
Shout out
Mama
Mama
Duke.
Duke.
No, I got
man.
it tattooed on my arm, which is this is DMP right here.
It's official.
Yeah, so
That's hard, man. I like that. That's
Yeah.
hard.
But yeah, that was it. And once I got that, I started doing, like, let me get into it now. Now I'm gonna start shopping beats. Like, right, I had a CD thing, and I was just doing that. And then there was I'm supposed to do an interview with Big Face Gary about this, so I won't
Shout out
mention
Big
that.
Face. Shout out Drink Champs. Facts.
Yeah, well, no, he's not with Drink Champs.
Big Face Gary.
Big Face Gary was an A&R over at Rockefeller.
Yeah, was he? He be on No, I'm thinking my fault. You know who I'm thinking of? Sonny Sonny something. That he be looking like he looked like him. My fault, bro. Show, but
So,
shout out Big Face Gary.
Yeah, it's okay.
Shout out
Big Face Gary was an A&R over at Rockefeller, and he was the one that told me to bring sample beats. And I brought a sample beat. I brought a CD with samples in it, and I played it for Young Guns. I have this footage. It's on this DVD that I came out with, which is a whole nother story about.
Are you in the DVD game too?
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
There's so much things I got to talk about. I can't wait to put this book out later.
Oh,
I'm putting a book out in like 10 years. I'm not doing it now. I'm not done yet.
I feel you.
So much things to do in life before I go ahead and put this book out.
Real shit.
But
That's amazing, actually.
yeah, so I came out with the CD, and let's just say a particular popular artist and a particular popular DJ stole my sample, remade it, and put it out.
Oh wow.
And then I was just like, fuck. And then I came up to him, and he was just like, "That's what you get for using samples." I'm like, "Motherfucker, you told me to use samples." So I made another beat CD, and I'm playing it. I'm walking in Rockefeller, like, because I don't even feel like playing it for nobody, because I'm just like, you guys.
Now you on some secret shit.
Yeah. And J.R. Ryder bumps it to me, and he thinks I'm this DJ that I used to hang out with, which is called DJ Hits. And I'm like, no, I'm not the DJ, I'm a producer. He's like, oh, you're a producer? All right, come with me. So we walked over to the Dipset side, because on the 29th floor of Def Jam, they had Murder Inc. Shout out to them, because I used to work with them. I used to do two-way alerts and all that.
Okay.
And then around the corner was Dipset. And then DMX had his Bloodline right there.
Yeah, facts.
And then they had a separate door where they had Rockefeller Records.
And I heard that Rockefeller door, like, I was watching Jim and Mano on Joe Budden podcast, and they were saying like, yo, that Rockefeller door was hella hard to get into.
Yes.
Like if you got into it, it was an accomplishment.
It was hard because you have to and bang it and stuff like that, and then wait for somebody to go. There was this guy named John.com, and I'll have to wait for him to open the door and shit like that to get it, because you definitely needed a key card in order to get into Rockefeller.
Gotcha.
Because they had a separate thing. Same thing with Murder Inc. Dipset thing was open. Dipset, and even Tina Davis had an office on the corner. And yes, that's another thing. Like Tina Davis brought Chris Brown and all. I told you I got stories for days.
Facts. Hell yeah, man. We bring them on.
But so what happened is Jay Ryder brought me over to Dipset side, and I met Duke the God.
Shout out Duke the God, man. Shout out Duke the God and JR.
Duke the God was like, yo, let me hear what you got. And the first beat I played was Get 'Em Girls. And then Jay Ryder was like, yo, I need it.
And that was supposed to be an intro. That was supposed to be an intro.
The intro to
it was supposed to be an intro for JR?
No, it was supposed to be an intro for my beat tape. I made a beat tape.
Okay.
And I treated it like an album, and I made that the intro.
Got you.
And then Jay Ryder was like, I'm gonna take that. And I'm thinking like, oh shit, like, you gonna take my beat? Sure, all right, great. And then I think 2 days later, Dude the God called me and said, yo, I need you to come back in the office. I was like, oh, what the fuck happened? What happened? He's like, no, just come in the office. I was like, all right, cool. So I come in there, and he's like, yo, can you just go in that room real quick? And I go in the room, and it's Cam. And he's like, yo, you made this beat, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, yo, well, you know, I want it for my project. How much you want? And in my mind, I'm just like, fuck, it's the first time I've ever sold a beat.
Shit.
I mean, 2000. And he laughed.
He laughed.
And he's like, yo, I'm going to give you 3,500. I was like, what?
Whoa.
Not knowing
that people get more than that.
Yeah.
A, that people get more than that. And B, the story behind that is that J.R. Ryder and Jim Jones was fighting over that beat. And Cam said, well, you know what? I'm going to take this. I'm taking it.
The boss going to take it. Facts.
I'm going to take it. Facts. So if I would have known that, I probably would have been like, yo, I need like 10 grand.
You was a kid, bro. You was a kid.
Yeah, I was a kid. I was like 17.
Hustling.
So I didn't know.
That's a fact, man. And they clearly, I hate that, yo, bro. You know when the older homies, when they know you got some shit, but they take advantage a little bit. Like that's what I feel like happening. Camera's like, yo, this little nigga don't even know he got some shit. This little nigga don't even know. I'm a 3,500.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You ain't never had shit, so you
I
happy
never had
as
it.
fuck.
I was happy as fuck.
You happy as fuck, bro.
I'm like, word, all right, yeah, cool. And then so I got that check. I was like, yeah. And I gave my mom the 1,500 back. I said, here, thank you.
Real shit.
And I kept 2,000. That's what's crazy about it. The 2,000 I asked for, I actually was able to get. And the 15 that my mom paid, I actually was able to pay her back.
That's what's up. That's a dope ass story.
And then also, I put her name on ASCAP, so she was able to collect some of the royalties.
Oh,
yo,
nice.
Real shit. Yeah. Take care of your moms, B.
Yo.
Take care of your fucking mother, B.
That's dope.
Big facts.
But she got tired of dealing with it, so she gave it back to me. She's like, "This is too much paperwork." So I was like, "All right, Father, I got you, Mom. Don't worry about it."
Oh man, that's a fact. That's a dope first record story.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. You live and you learn. You definitely live and you learn.
This is all a learning process altogether. Everything was a learning process. I'm not gonna lie, because there's so much. From going from like the bottom barrel street team to just working your way up to being like a producer, from working for Def Jam but not officially working for Def Jam.
Okay.
Then getting checks from Def Jam is just a total different thing. Like, I was there when Kevin Lyles
Facts.
was like just as marketing, and Michael Kaiser was just over there at promotions before. Now Michael Kaiser's a big CEO. Now Kevin Lyles is a big CEO.
Yeah, he worked for YouTube. Kevin Lyles worked for 300.
300. Yeah, Michael Kaiser is over at Atlantic.
Cause I know Leor was like he was doing 300 and he's YouTube music now, right?
Yeah. But that's what I'm just saying is like just being around that and just
Facts.
crazy, you know, and just
hell yeah.
L.A.
That was a
Reid
dope
being in the
experience,
room,
yeah.
L.A. Reid, wow,
knowing who you are and stuff. It was just like wow, like this is great, you know.
That's crazy, man. Being around these like big business people, like at such a young age,
Was it overwhelming?
Yeah, facts.
No, because like I said, I did it so much. You know what it is? When I was on 106 in Park and I did Freestyle Friday, I got rid of those jitters.
Bro, I was trying to look that up. I couldn't find it.
Look for Schizo versus Jin.
Yo,
I was dead trying to look that up.
That's hard.
If you look for Schizo versus Jin,
Yo,
they'll pop up.
Oh, Jin.
Okay.
Oh,
Jin.
Okay.
These are you really a New York legend. So
I went up against Jin, but they told me I was gonna lose before I went on stage.
Oh, it was already
told you
staged.
that.
Just because he probably already got signed already. Or
Yeah,
something
and then Rough Riders made
Rough
a deal
Riders.
with 106 in Park to like let Jin continue
hype him
winning.
up, and shit.
Exactly.
To try to
And that's
promote his
exactly
album.
what happened.
That makes sense.
And that's what happened with that. So I was just like, oh, okay, really? So I'm gonna just say the most outlandish things, and then after that, I'm gonna.
So you've been rapping too. You've been writing.
Yeah.
So you've been writing.
What's crazy is that Sky Zoo was also one of the battle rappers on that, and
Sky Zoo, he was. I remember seeing Sky Zoo.
And so was Hell Rel. And ironically, what happened is I put Sky Zoo on my album because I was just like, bro, like we gotta work on something because we was in the same 106 in Park, you know. So there you go.
Yeah.
So I put him on this album that I have called The Audio, which did really well, by the way.
The Audio.
Yeah.
I gotta listen to that.
Yo,
That's a fact.
is that the cover art with you with equipment and then
Yes.
like a white T-shirt?
Yeah.
Yes. That was like one of your first? That was not.
Well, the cover art with me in front of the MPC.
Yes,
So one little kid. Yes, that's the MPC that my mom bought.
That's
me.
the first project you came out with?
No. The first
Okay.
project I came out was called Sleep When You Die.
Sleep
Okay.
When You Die.
Sleep When You
Okay.
Die. Okay.
Is that out? Is that
Yeah,
out on streaming platforms?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I got like 15 albums out already.
Because I was like, I saw the YouTube channel Rhaspy, and then I'm seeing like other channels too on YouTube, so I kind of got like confused. But then I
Which
started-
one's his official one?
Yeah, which one is
Yeah, there's a
Official.
bunch. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's crazy how many
saw-
Rod Raspy video channels there are. Like,
Yeah, I saw vlogs too. The first vlog.
It's all over. Like if anybody wants to help manage my content, please hit me up because there's just so many. I can't deal with it. But I'm grateful that it's so many though. You know,
Yeah.
because the reason why I call myself Rod Raspy now is because Cam was come up to me. He was just like, "Yo, I did this interview and I mentioned you, and these guys are mentioning other guys that were not you." And I was just like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, there's so many schizos out there. You're gonna have to come up with another name." So I was just like, "All right, cool."
Separate yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna just use my last name, but shorten it, which is Rod, and then the Rhaspy, so that I can have the excuse of singing with a raspy voice, and that therefore I made Rod
Got
Raspy.
you,
I
Rod
looked it up.
Raspy.
No one had it. I was like, "Yes."
Got
So
you.
this is what I'm gonna do.
That's hard. That's
But
hard.
I promise you that if I would have probably named myself that in the beginning, everything would have been well better. Because now it's kind of hard. Because here's this guy Schizo, who's multi-platinum producer on top of the fucking world, and like now I gotta be an artist. Okay, goodbye. Well, I gotta go right back down to the fucking beginning. All over
Build
again
up the foundation
and
again.
build up Rod
Back
Raspy.
up. Facts.
So that's basically what I'm doing now.
Hell
and,
yeah.
It's a good journey. It's always good because now I know what to look out for because this is what I did as Schizo. And I can divide each or like it's crazy because then like so I can like call a person and be like, "Yo, this is Schizo. I need you to look out for my boy Rod Raspy," and they'll think we're two different people. And then I'll go meet him. It's like, "Yeah, I spoke to your producer Schizo, man. He's a legend, man. Tell him I said what's up." And I'm just like, "Yeah, okay, I'll let him know." And they,
That's me.
yeah,
It's me, nigga. It's me.
but it's okay.
That's
so
a fact.
that's great though, because it gives me that opportunity to play on the Schizo.
Hell
role.
yeah.
So-
And like, yo, you could like, and it's like just ways to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah. I can
Hell yeah.
come up with so many different characters. Like I have, like I used to be on XM Radio. Like
Serious, yeah.
with me and Duke the God, we used to have a show, Dipset Radio.
Got you. That's hard. That's fire.
Yeah, we did it for a year, and my name was Aaron Hole on there. Then I would speak like this, and I would talk to all the whoever we had, and I would like insult them and just like call them all types of shit.
Yeah,
like,
that's funny as hell.
You know. So as being a C-list artist, what are you doing today? Like, you know, I would just
Yeah,
go all off it.
It
So,
go off facts.
and it just give me that excuse to just be different people and stuff. So it's great.
So we wanted to ask you, like, going into, you know, producing, like, are you? It sounds like I feel like I probably know the answer to this, but I wanted to ask you, like, do you feel like, are you more of a sample based producer, or do you like to make more of your production from scratch?
Right.
And what is both? Okay.
Both.
Okay.
So
I can't get rid of the samples because samples are good because it just has a different sound and different vibration and
give
feel.
you a feel.
But I also like money, so when I play them all out and I do my own original, I don't have to pay nobody. I don't have to pay no other co-publishers and stuff like that. So I like both.
And I just like we're gonna get into you know, your album, but I just want to shoot one little question. This is basically because that's how your album sounded to me, like Two Sides to a Story. It sounds more everything's original.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds more everything's original production. Like, I didn't hear no type of sample.
No.
Well, there is. Would You Rather is definitely sample.
Okay.
What else?
I gotta re-listen to that.
The first See You Soon is
really
that's sample.
It's a replayed sample.
See You Soon.
Wow. I replayed everything on there. Yes.
Okay.
It's and what's funny is that I made that beat on my phone.
Wow.
So
power of technology, yo.
So
that's crazy.
There's a movie called Black Klansman.
Yes,
Black
with
Klansman,
Denzel Washington's son. Yes.
And
yes.
There's a part where they're dancing and it's like, it's too late to turn back now. I believe, I'm falling in love. So
damn, I forgot what that song was. What song is that? What's the name of that song? You know the name of the song? Cause that's a real song.
Too late to turn back now.
Yeah. That's a real ass song. I think I heard that before.
I'm listening, I'm watching a movie and I see everyone dancing around and I'm just like, yo, this is so hot. I need to sample this.
Mm-hmm.
So I found it and I sampled it into my phone. So it was just like this right here. Oh, that's the reverse. So basically, I took this part right here. Right, okay, here it is. So that's all I took, is that part, right?
Right.
So I just added instruments and all that stuff like that. But I literally made this beat on my phone. So this is it right here. So.
And that's crazy. You know what I actually like most too? I like when people actually use like live instruments while they
Well, that's the thing about it. I had to use live instruments. I played the strings on it and then the bass line and stuff like that.
I feel like that's just so
that's hard.
Yeah,
that's hard.
I had to match it.
I love it because it's just like the fact it's a different sound than on the computer.
So you played the violin?
Yeah, I played the violin in certain songs and then also on the piano.
See,
some
that's
strings.
the instrument. That's the instrument we missed. That's the instrument.
Yeah, well, that's the hidden one. I'm not gonna say I'm a great violin player, but I'm gonna learn that. Once I master it, it'll be down there on that.
That's hard.
But then I took it and then I reversed it, and that's the reverse of it. So when you add the drums, and that's all
hard.
it is. So that's
it.
Hard. So
can I? My bad. If you can finish, you can finish.
Good.
I was gonna ask, like, what's the toughest part about being a producer?
The toughest part about being a producer, finding the right sound.
Yeah.
I know a lot of producers hate when you just go through like 80,000 snares. Like my girl could vouch. Like when I be making beats, like how many I go through a lot of drum sounds. Yeah, I just all that you just hear. And you just go through all these shit like what sounds dynamically fine, like and then you're doing that, and then. That's just basically it. It's just picking out, like, there are producers and there are beat makers. You beat makers that go online and fucking find splices and loops and put them shits together like a fucking puzzle, you guys do not deserve to be on the same fucking platform as a producer. You're a beat maker. Call yourself a beat maker. I cannot stand those people when they say, like, yeah, I'm a producer. You're not a producer. You just put loops together and you say that you did it, but you didn't do it because you didn't give credit to the person that created the loop. So that's what you got to give to. Just like if you're a sample producer, you're fine. If you just take a part of it and you just loop it and you add drums, all right, great, that's wonderful. But the ones that really get the credit is the ones that chop it up and and fucking manipulate the sound and do different type of things to not even make it sound like the original anymore. Now that I give you credit to. Okay? There's chefs and there's people that just heat up Chef Boyardee. Right?
I'm not even gonna lie. My man was showing me how to make beats before, and it was kind of like it was challenging though. It was challenging because I was like using the what is it? I forgot the software they use for it, but
what, Logic?
Not Logic.
Let me guess. Fruity Loops.
Maybe Fruity Loops
or Ableton.
I don't know, man. I can't remember, but I just know that it was difficult a little.
What, Pro Tools?
No, Pro Tools. You can make beats on Pro Tools. You just gotta be a real one. Because I made a beat on Pro Tools before. Jesus Christ, it's the hardest shit to do in life. Oh my God. But you can do it. But producing is not easy and it's not hard. Like to be a real good producer and find your own sound, that's the hard part. But then it's just like people learning how to do backflips. You know, the more you practice, the more you get better at it. The more precision you get with it, and the more you get with your landing. It's just like learning anything, you know.
Right.
Facts. So, what advice can you give to people who want to break into the music game as a producer?
Find your own sound. Be consistent. Don't be afraid to do something different. And it's cool to email people, but it's better to meet artists in person and build a relationship with them and be like, yo, this is my shit. Because at the end of the day, like, you are half of the record. So your opinion counts, and artist likes to feed off of that. Sometimes, like, when I be getting beats from other producers, I want to be in the studio with them because I want to be like, yo, what idea do you have for this? Because I want to go off of your idea. You know, I don't want to... I could come up with something, but I want to know, like, this is what you like, this is what you picture on this. Like, you know, I needed to have that type of element where we're both building it together. Because, it's, you know, it's really soulless if you just send me a beat and you're like, yeah, just send it back when it's done. And I'm just like, what? Like, you ain't got no idea, you ain't got no concepts, nothing like that. So, you know, just be a hands-on producer. You know, that's the best thing to do. Because then when you just be that person that just sends beats off, you're not building a relationship with the artist. You're allowing the artist to find another producer that they do have a relationship with, and then they replace you. Because they'd be like, yo, this guy, I never met him, I get beats from him, but I like the way the beat sounds. You think you could do shit like this? And the producer that's hungry, that's right there, is going to replace you.
Real shit.
Straight up. So, you know, if you're going to be a producer, you got to be in the paint. You know, it's one thing to be in the studio making beats and you think sending off is cool, but you got to be there. If you want to work with an artist, go to their shows. Have a thumb drive ready so that when you bump into them, like, yo, I fucks with your shit. I think I got a hit for you right in here, and give it to them. Because you never know. Like, look, perfect example. J. Cole was bored one day and typed J. Cole type beat and found a producer's beat.
I read that. Yeah.
And recorded it and then called the producer and said, yo, put this on your page. Here you go. Put it on your page. I mean, I'm still going to get, you know, my money off of it spin-wise. But put it on your page. I'm gonna get you popping off too.
That's real shit.
So, like, you never know what might happen. But the thing is that he was being consistent with it. It's consistency. At that time, it's different because the artist reached out to the producer. But at the end of the day, it's still, the producer was the top person in the search. Because he was being consistent with it. So that's really what it is. Just be consistent. That's hard. Be in people's faces.
That's a fact.
That's definitely a fact.
That's good advice. That's really good
advice.
I like that. I appreciate that. So, like, do you feel like you've reached a mastery level in your production skills?
No.
All right. So, what do you think you can do to enhance and excel further in your craft?
Listen. It's Jewel talk. I swear life is a roller coaster. Speeding in and out of lanes, I can't get pulled over. I speak reality like when an addict gets sober. Knowledge infinite, so my quest is never over. Hopping in and out of Range Rovers, blowing my trees. Yes, indeed, the type of situations I need. I love the breach, but I could never get with the greed. The car into your red guts like when pussy bleed. How you expect like the growth?